Okay, so welcome to the Married in Buffalo podcast, episode number 3. Today's podcast is brought to you by Outer Limit Recording Studio. For 23 years, Outer Limit Recording Studio has been the preferred choice of national recording artists like D12 and Eminem. Have you heard of him? Yeah, he's pretty famous. As well as recording artists throughout Western New York to New York City, Pennsylvania, and beyond. If your music is important to you, then you want the best. Recording your music at a studio that delivers total comfort, superior musicality, and professional expertise is what it deserves. We invite you to take a virtual tour at outerlimitrecordingstudio.com. Also brought to you by La Piana Insurance, Western New York's premier insurance broker, helping people navigate and transfer risk through personal, commercial, and business insurance. La Piana Insurance is an independent agency, which means you're not beholden. I love that word. We are not beholden to any of the national firms. Are you beholden? You beholden? You beholden?
Yeah, I'm beholden.
You beholden. To any of the national firms, La Piana Insurance, we work for you, not the insurance company. Fight the power! All right. Visit us at lapianainsurance.com for your quote today. And this episode is also brought to you by The Wedding Agent. We are experts at providing extraordinary items for your special celebration. Lighting to set the mood, fine linens, beautiful, unique invitations, enticing centerpieces, room decor, arches, custom Swarovski, cake toppers. I screwed that word up before. Swarovski. Cape. Now I just screwed up the word cake. It said cape. Custom Swarovski cake toppers. I'm just going to progressively screw up the next word that comes after the one that I screwed up before.
So you're just screaming at me.
Our showroom has it all, even the smallest details that set the stage for your unique and memorable event. Celebrating 20 years in business. All right. Visit our beautiful 2,800 square foot studio showroom at 2890 Delaware Avenue in Kenmore, New York, where you can gain inspiration. We are continuously updating our inventory. Visit our location for great expert advice on room decor, along with unique needs for your wedding. We're on the web at theweddingagent.biz. That's theweddingagent.biz. And of course, finally, you can see all the Married in Buffalo podcast episodes at www.elmwoodvillageentertainment.com. Whew!
Is that it?
I think that's it. Would you like your comfy seat back?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, you would. And today, Jenell and I, no, I'm screwing up your name. Jenell and I are joined by our friends Dominic Luongo.
Hello.
And Rob Imbs.
That's me.
I said it right too that time, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thanks, you'll be a cook.
Ooh. Yeah. Or a lemon water.
Or lemon water. Or regular water. Mostly
filtered water. Right. Our last guest loved the lemon water and couldn't stop talking about it. So,
I know.
Why are you sitting like that?
Why am I sitting like this? Oh. Thank you. This is why she's here.
The correct posture.
Yes.
We're just so close to each other and you're just
I'm like,
hanging all out.
all open, spread eagle
Yeah, it's a little
on the
weird.
folding chair.
It's a little weird.
Yes. So thanks for coming, guys. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You guys got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, we do.
A lot of stuff going on. Yeah. Well, first of all, Dominic, you and I have been friends for... I was trying to think about this.
Yeah. Does Facebook have a number we can put on it?
Yeah.
Video?
I don't remember when we became friends. It's all of a sudden we were just like, hey, do you want to ride to Rochester?
Yeah.
Right?
I believe I traced it back, and by me I mean my sister Heidi traced back to where we first met.
Okay.
Maybe. I need you to verify and corroborate this.
Yes.
There was a job by, I can't remember the name of the company, the production company, but...
Interesting.
Anyway, so back on topic, I thought that was maybe where we first met, but
Probably.
maybe not.
I don't know. I mean, we've been on a lot of shoots together, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I say a lot, quote unquote, for Buffalo a lot.
Yeah.
Shoots, you know.
Yeah, for this market.
I see your name on castings very often.
Yeah, and I'll get excited. I'll be like, "Oh, good, Paul's gonna be on this."
I'll do the same thing.
Because like you want to, nothing against it, but you want to be able to get to set and skip over the weird small talk that actors have with each other.
Yeah.
It's like, so when did you get into this, and what
Yeah.
else do you do when you're not doing this? Because I know you're not a full-time actor, and other things like that. And I'll see your name, and I'll be like, oh, thank God.
And you know, some of the people in those casting waiting rooms are, you know, how do I say this nicely? They're nuts.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Actors.
Whew. Yeah.
I mean, Rob, you can talk about actors.
I'm not gonna pick actors. Wonderful, unique flowers that I coax into blooming.
I'm self-admitted. I'm absolutely nice. Yeah. You should be the first to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's actor Paul, and he's
Yes, I'm a Gemini, so I have my actor side and my.
then the guy I
Yeah.
marry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you can
So-
control your power.
Actor Paul doesn't have any facial hair.
That's right.
Most of
Actor
the time.
Paul shaves.
So he
Yeah.
looks very different.
Mhm.
So, Jenell, is it like a Jekyll and Hyde thing?
That's extreme.
Like Bruce Banner and Hulk, right?
Sure.
I was gonna say Hulk, but I didn't want to sound like too much of a nerd right off the bat.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, you see my Star Wars decanter with a scotch. in it
Yeah,
right there.
I should have.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
and my Darth
He's
Vader
the-
candy
He's like low down.
machine thing.
It's in him. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But that's a good point.
So
to
feel
just,
free.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
So to nerd out, then, like, it's like any superhero that has, like, an alter ego, then. So he's Bruce Wayne some of the time, but then he shaves and becomes Batman. Like
Ricardo to Rebels? Bringing it home.
Oh, see what they
That
did there?
dovetails
That's
nicely
there.
into introducing the Fart Force character.
That
The
was so.
Fart Force.
That was so disingenuous the way that
Yes,
you wove
good
that.
job. Nice, Rob.
That wasn't.
Wow.
No,
But
that was him. That
But
wasn't me.
you let me use the
I
word
think
dovetail,
you're a
which I
team.
love using.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Never actually looked it up,
Man.
but
Do you need a footrest?
I
yeah,
do.
can we just move right into
Oh, you
Fart
should go
Force?
get it.
Yeah, Fart Force. I mean, yeah. That's,
So Rob kind of pointed out what the characters are like. We'll
Yes.
start there. So Ricardo, played by.
so wait,
Dom
I'm sorry.
Luongo. Yes,
I
let's back
gotta
up.
interrupt
Yeah.
you. Yeah, let's back way the hell up.
Yeah.
All right, before we get into this. When you see the name,
Yeah.
Fart Force, first of all, where the hell did you come up with that? Or did it, like, just kind of form itself? Or...
Rob's
What
gonna
is
have
this?
to take
Did it
this
just
one.
come out?
Oh!
Well, how
see what you
funny-
did there?
Yeah. It snuck out.
Go
At
play
first,
it.
we didn't realize it was anything, but then we really started to ruminate, and it was a strong name. A Sally Spitale reference.
Nice.
So no, but I really, Dom and I have known each other for a long time because we went to school at UB, got a degree in media studies and video and stuff like that. And the reason I'm telling you the backstory is, fast forward, I'm directing a movie that he's involved with. Game Changers, yeah. And afterwards, it was just a labor of love. It's an indie film. It's just a lot of work. And I call, it was the biggest thing I'd ever done. Real money, real paid actors. It was just a huge ordeal for me.
Sure.
And afterwards, I just hated having to line everything up and all the work and expectations. So I'm like, I just want to confide. And Dom is a great person too. If you know him, just like you can just talk to him about anything, like any crazy idea. Just boom, just go. So I called him up and I'm like, hey man, how you doing? One time, and so I wanted to. I'm like, I want to come up with something. I want to do something, but I want zero expectations. I don't want anyone saying you have to do this time. I want no money that has to be spent on anybody. No obligations to other producers.
Back to investors.
Exactly. But getting to your answer,
Sure.
he came up with the idea for this show, and then at the time I was writing some silly little skits and trying to maybe get into doing some stand up, and one of them was this stupid little thing. Like, it was going to be like a fake commercial for fart cops, and
Yeah.
so then it evolved kind of from there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
to clarify Rob's point, I didn't come up with the idea for the show. I came up with the idea for doing a show, and
In
to
this
further
way.
clarify, yeah.
Yeah.
So when Rob called me, like, yeah, we were chit-chatting, it's like, what can we do that has no expectations and would be a fun thing to do?
Right.
I told him, since, I think 2012, I originally came up with the idea of usurping airtime to basically buy your way into
Commercial time.
TV show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea originally comes from the record label that signed Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit did this. What they did was, before they were even played on the radio,
I do remember that.
yeah,
Yes.
their record label bought airtime and just aired the song.
Yeah.
So
And that was a
anybody
big
listening-
controversy for a while back in the
Yeah.
90s, too.
Mm.
Where, oh, they paid
Yeah.
their way to fame type of
Exactly.
thing. You know? Yeah.
So I thought, what a great idea. But in a more Andy Kaufman-esque way. So I tell Rob on the phone when he calls, it's like, I've always had this idea, and Adult Swim is the best, like, block of shows to do it, because
Yes.
they're constantly doing something irreverent and subversive. So
Out there, yep.
the longest we would have is 1 minute. So each of the episodes is only 1 minute long, because that's the most amount of airtime you could buy in a single block.
Gotcha.
And then Rob said, cool, let me percolate on this.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Because there was
5
zero
minutes later-
at that point. It was
there's
just a
zero
conversation.
expectations.
Yeah, and then I just said, I've been writing this thing. Like, what do you think of this idea? I think I just texted you or emailed you, and you just were like, I'm in. And as someone who, my personality is, if you encourage me in my career, I'll just go.
Yeah. So
then I wrote this pilot that's a minute long, and then from there it's just, are we doing this? Is this a real thing? And that was months, half a year ago, I'd say at least.
Yeah, we started over the
Okay.
summer.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long.
That's
distance been
actually-
going.
That makes sense, because, like 6 months...
Based on what you...
No. I mean, for the length of time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the production, of course, is huge and time-consuming, and...
Not the way we did it.
That's
That's what we wanted to avoid. We
Yeah.
wanted to kind of bring it back to when we would just pull out the camera back during college and be like, let's just make something silly and stupid.
Right.
But the thing is, we have a lot more experience now where we can, and the technology has come so far with like DSLRs and stuff that looks like film, as as everyone knows now. So, we can make something that looks, not amateur with very little effort, and because we have enough experience to know what we got to do. We're both editors and we're good with all that stuff. We know actors.
Yeah, a lot of that comes from Rob's editing. Like, Rob is a very kinetic, I mean, you saw the trailer, just a very kinetic way of editing.
I cut the show,
It was hilarious, which
You
I had
can-
her watch.
You can dislike it. I love it.
No, it's just-
Please.
I
Poop on the show.
started to, Paul sent it to me, and I was like, okay, what's this? And then someone, spits up, and I'm like, nope. I didn't get very far.
Yeah, Sarah's sister had the same thing. She can't do vomit.
Yeah. The
Well,
vomit scene just kind of turned her off.
But the reason though I did that is because I wanted if somebody, because we're advertising on Facebook, and so if somebody sees this 15-second ad without any sound, I just wanted something to grab people.
Sure, yeah.
I'm not trying to convince you not to have a visceral response to somebody spitting up oatmeal water.
But I mean, that's what
but
sticks.
Yeah,
It sticks,
chunky.
and I mean, it worked.
Gunfire and screaming and just a lot of fire. My arms on fire.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. So
I'm on fire again.
Yeah. It keeps on
What a
happening.
great line.
Well, he's the stray man. You detect Ricardo's the stray man. He's always going to be bailing me out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, it airs Friday. What's the date?
Yeah, Friday. What is the date?
Yeah,
Today's the 17th, so January
20th.
20th.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Premiering this Friday, January 20th, and it will be online at fartforce.net or .com.
It's airing during Adult Swim.
That's
Okay.
just
Not
true.
on Adult Swim.
It's just a true thing you said.
Yes,
There. Yeah.
it's a very true thing. So
So like commercial type of time slot type of thing?
exactly.
Okay.
So so
Alright.
that's the other fun thing that we get to do is we have to hound our rep to give us when it's going to air, because what we did is we bought the commercial time and we're inserting the show there. So it's not a verified thing until like the day of or like a couple days before when it's going to air.
Yeah.
So to specify for the audience, like that's when we'll give that to you. It's like look for it during this time, give or take 5 minutes in either direction.
Like 1:20 a.m. on Friday
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll be on different times from Time Warner Cable, which is now Spectrum Reach, to FiOS. So depending on what you have, there'll be a different airtime for you.
Sure.
Okay.
That's amazing though. I mean, you have content that you written, created, and finished on a network. I mean,
Yeah.
can I say that?
I mean, when we originally
technically true.
when we originally wanted to do this, I mean, I'm just like a bull in a china shop, and I'm like, let's put Adult Swim on our website. I want cease and
Absolutely.
desist.
Yeah.
But now I think the scope of my intention of this has changed, and I think that the reason we want to show it in Buffalo, and he can probably talk about he has a lot of experience doing the marketing and stuff that I don't, so that's his, that's what he brings to the table, which is really important. But from 12 to 3 a.m., I mean, who's watching Adult Swim? So college kids and people,
people who work overnight.
And Paul Spitale.
But
dynamic.
so
Can't sleep again.
we want random people locally to catch it, and just maybe who know us from previous work, or just be like, was that a show? Like, what did I just watch? But then most people are obviously going to see it online. Like, that's why the next day we'll have them all on our website and stuff like that. But it's kind of like more of a thought experiment, but also to say it technically was a television show. We're going to do other cities and stuff that we want to do, like little runs into other different markets.
So when you do those other cities, are you going to film there and then?
No, hell no.
I was going to say,
we're so
because
sick of these mustaches.
Buffalo is the city where it could basically be any city in the world. I mean, people are coming here to film, saying that it's whatever, New York, LA, everything. Crazy. Vermont.
Vermont. Oh, man. Yeah. So, no, we would just take the same, basically, carbon copy what we did here on Adult Swim and just do it in Louisville, Kentucky, and Albuquerque, New Mexico, which are 2 markets that are comparable to Buffalo in terms of how much it costs. Because
we're self-funding this?
Yeah, we're self-funding this, and we're making $0 back.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the...
But we knew that going in. We knew that going in. Yeah, exactly.
And that's great, too. I mean...
That explains so much when I see something random on TV, and I was like, wait, that's not the show I was watching, but it doesn't seem like a commercial.
Yeah.
I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah.
It's just
that's the thing
bored people with, cameras. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean, and is there, like, an ultimate goal with this?
What was the ultimate goal? I think the
rich.
The ultimate goal was the experiment. So there's this scene in like 1997. I don't know what year it came out. Man on the Moon, the Andy Kaufman story, where Jim Carrey plays Andy Kaufman, and he goes into the board meeting and he's discussing with the board. He's like, I want to mess with the vertical hold. And he's like, I want to do it for like 5 minutes. This is verbatim. Yeah.
So vertical hold, Jenell, is back in the 80s, 70s, more like, right? Where you would actually have to tune the TV in
to the incoming signal through the air.
Yeah. Were you 90s baby?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
for you.
So for the millennials who are listening to this, vertical hold would be the thing on your television that would keep the picture in the square that you were watching, and not the rectangle.
They didn't have it figured out back then.
Yeah, so
you had that look on your face like, what?
Yeah, you had to do that.
I didn't know. Are we talking about the spaceship?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Just the so like some TVs would be like the Mariner 1 to make a spaceship reference, and so Andy Kaufman wanted to mess with that because he just wanted to push the boundary of the medium that he was working in. So he goes into the conference room. He asks for 5 minutes. They're like, "We'll give you 2." And when he comes out, he's like, "I only wanted 2." Again, not the scene verbatim. He may have asked for more or less. I'm just paraphrasing what happened in that scene because that's kind of what we were doing. We're like, could we get away with putting our own show on the air?
Yeah.
If we just bought our way onto it.
Yeah.
And
because there's very little sweat equity compared to like a major production where you have schedules and all kinds of other obligations and long shoot days. I mean, we'll write an episode that's 2 pages and we'll shoot in an hour, which is unheard of. So because there's not a lot of risk and energy that we have to put in compared to other stuff, it's not we can afford to have this fun. If it was something where.
Although I did see a lot of energy on camera, so
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, we had a lot of like high energy. We have a lot of fun, I guess. Like just coming off of like doing larger things. It's nice to be able to work like this. So it's an easy thing to just play with.
What kind of crew are you working with? Smaller crew.
You're looking at them,
okay. Like whenever one of us was not on camera, the other one's behind the camera holding it.
You'll notice the cinematography is a lot better when I'm being filmed. And we have consistent players, actor friends of ours who make cameos in the show, and Dom.
Yeah, should we do a roll call?
Sure,
yeah.
yes.
My fiance Sarah plays a recurring character, Rita, who's like the CSI end of the Queen City Police Department. Then we have Jacob Albarella, who starred in Game Changers.
Yes, that's correct.
And he plays, what did you call him?
He was Dirty Hipster.
Dirty Hipster.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. He's in the pilot episode. He actually, if I can just take a little moment to tell about my character. I'm trying to hunt down the perp who killed my wife, and
you're a detective.
Yeah, I'm a detective, Detective Ricardo.
Right.
And
you're Ruffles.
Oh no, yeah, I'm so I'm so high right now. No, I'm kidding. I'm not high. Detective Ruffles is, and the thing about the Queen City is it has the largest database of fart profiles, scent profiles of farts. So what we do is we hunt down perps, and we get in mason jars. We capture their farts in mason jars. We bring it back to the lab where Rita, determines if we got our guy or not. So that's really the important titular role that he serves in with me is in the first episode. Jacob is the dirty hipster who I think I catch, but we'll have to turn to the pilot to see how it turns out. So. And then Brian Burness plays...
Yes, Brian Burness, big name player.
Yes.
We are very lucky to manage to get him in a tight schedule.
Huge star, plays the chief of police.
Nice. Yes.
Yes.
That's a role that only he could fill.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then Dan Morris, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention him.
Yeah, in his many recurring roles as perp number 2?
Yeah, I guess it would be perp number 2. Dead Body.
Dead Body.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Crime Scene Investigator.
Crime Scene Investigator, yeah.
Is he the guy walking with the tape in the trailer?
No, that was Joe. I almost forgot. I'm sorry, Joe. So that's
Rick.
That's so Joe.
Russ.
Russ. Yeah, Russ. Sorry, yeah. He plays Russ.
He's the head crime scene investigator.
Also like the Ducky. I don't know if anybody watches NCIS, but Ducky's like the guy. Yeah. Yeah, so he's the Ducky character.
He's the sweet old man.
Yeah. Joe's done like the opposite though. So like
he's a sweet old man heart though.
Okay.
He is because where Ducky is an old like the head of the morgue, I guess. I don't know what you would call that. We went the new so Ducky is to the old Q of old Bond movies, as Joe is to the younger Q. That's what we did here.
That's exactly what we talked about, right?
So that's who you see there. That's Joe. And then Dan's wife.
Yes, Mara, of course. Yes,
also plays a crime scene investigator in one episode.
Very cool. Now, how did you convince people?
Is that the whole cast?
That's the whole cast. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Is it?
No. Yeah. No.
You want me to go on IMDb right now?
Who is...
Is this what you do on camera?
No. Yeah. It's a lot more intimate.
It includes a blanket.
Yeah.
No, we need... Who's Mr. Moisture? Did we even cast?
Oh, yes. Mr. Moisture is also Mark Nosowitz. He's also the person who... he's a musician. He's very talented. He's a friend, and he did the opening music, but we've yet to shoot that episode.
Sounds like a character for some softcore porn.
Well, no, it does. But Mr. Moisture is the vape king of the Queen City, and we hunt him down.
Yeah, like the head of the mob. But then we also have a henchman.
Matt Chavez.
Matt Chavez, and I was thinking also Eric Meowry.
Okay, this is good that you're telling me this. Podcast first. but really a lot of our friends who are talented actors who really they just want to be involved in something fun and they trust us and because they do, like Brian's working, he gets bigger roles and stuff, and so I think they just want to have fun. They're just people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But when it comes to filming and sound and stuff,
there is one actor you didn't contact. You sons of bitches.
I think that we might...
Oh, wait.
We need...
honey, if I were in Fart Force, would you bring all your friends?
He could be in Fart Force for real because his gas is wild.
And that's the thing
years here.
The first episode is really driven by that one point, but the show has nothing to do with that at all. Like after that, farting is a jumping off point.
Yeah, and then we completely ignored it after that.
Yeah.
No, there's one other episode that has...
There's a fart here or there, but...
I think, there's only one other... Well, I don't know.
Can you talk about doing Shark Force?
Oh.
That's what we're doing is we're waiting for, because you know how like Sharknado came out,
Yeah.
which is kind of its own like offshoot of like Jaws. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then like you get
Flying
those
Jaws.
spin-offs of that bad idea.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we're waiting for. Is somebody out there to make
To spin
Shark
off of-
Force
Yeah,
and
that's
spin
right.
off
Oh my
of
gosh.
like Snow Shark.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Anyway.
Yes. You never know. I mean, some high school kids are
Shark Force
gonna
BSD.
pick up a camera
Or SBD. SBD.
yeah.
It's like SVU.
Yeah.
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 Very cool. Whoa. That's. I mean,
That's
what do you
something-
say about
something.
that? That's.
Yeah, that's the show. Yeah.
Just knock the wind out of you.
And so, Rob, what was the movie you mentioned before that you did?
Game Changers.
Game Changers.
Yes, it's,
where can we see it?
Actually, I'm in the process this week and next week finalizing with the distributor, which will allow people finally who say, when can I see one of your films to actually see them? So it'll be within the first quarter of this year, maybe before June for sure, on like Amazon Prime and PlayStation and hopefully Hulu and hopefully Netflix, iTunes for sure. Yeah. So as of right now, it doesn't exist to the world. It's in the ether, but
Right.
yeah, we're finishing distribution. So
Yeah, but how long ago did it come out?
we had a premiere last year in Buffalo at the Eastern Hills Theater,
Okay.
and then it was great. It was really well attended. We sold out, and
Nice.
we did a second screening, which
Yeah.
which went that might have sold out too. So it was really, I think it was well received.
Very good.
I have a day job, so I make movies for fun. If something hits and I can make some residual income off of it, that's nice. But I'm not too. I never really aim for that because you're set on a realistic expectation for yourself making indie movies to think you're going to be rich because
And as I've talked to you about before, Jenell, you really got to do what you want and do what you love, and 9 times out of 10, those are really entertaining things to watch.
Well, and it was I'd say the best thing that I have ever done because of the scope of support and talent that I had around. I mean, especially as I've gotten older and the technology's gotten better and I've just gotten more experienced, and you get money finally to make something. You can actually hire real actors and get just a better production value overall. But no, I'm happy with it. I wrote it as well, which a lot of writer director combo people, but it was well received. I think as someone who's critical. It was at a local film festival. What was the film festival? Was recently the
Buffalo Dreams Film Festival.
Yes.
Shout out to Greg Lambert.
Yeah, no, Greg's great, and
Okay.
we won some awards. Actually, Brian Burness, who was the lead in the film, won Best Western Europe Actor, I believe. But
Very
Dom
good.
and I were sitting in the back, and I'm just really critical, and so we're just picking on it. Like, I think that edit was a little too long there. I'm like, why is that necessary? That line right there.
Yeah.
And Sarah, his fiance, sitting next to like, shut up.
Yeah.
No, like
Yes.
she just to
Sarah, I feel your pain.
Just to defend Sarah.
Always doing that.
What was going on was there was a gentleman sitting a seat over from Sarah who kept looking in the direction of these two jerks who were talking through the movie.
Yes.
And because Sarah was kind of the barrier between us, like going, like whispering, talking at each other, and this man who kept looking over, she was receiving all his glances, and we were completely oblivious to it. And she just basically wanted to avoid the point at which that man turned to these two jerks and said, like, "Would you shut up?"
But the best was afterward. I'm not a fan of doing Q&As because I think he has one of my favorite quotes ever, which is I'm paraphrasing, but essentially something like indie filmmakers love to make films so they can do Q&As. Which is kind of like the whole, it's kind of a commentary on ego of indie film. But anyways, we did a Q&A afterwards. We're asked to by Greg, and I said, "You're going up," because, we both know. So I thought it was really funny.
I hated as much as he does.
Yeah. I thought it was funny, though, because the guy was just sitting there like, who are these two jerks ruining the movie? And then
he saw you walk up there.
Any
and-
questions?
Yeah.
It's like, why were you talking?
Yeah. So
You're never gonna shut up, are you?
So it is a lot of fun. I mean, you're an actor and you're a DJ as well. I understand.
I am.
Many hats. You want to, if you pursue things you have a genuine interest in, it's rewarding. If
Definitely.
we could all make a lot of money doing it, it'd be even better. But yeah. I mean, and I think specifically Far Cops is in some ways a lot more rewarding because of the amount of effort I put in for the immediacy and the fun of it. I mean, Game Changers was a dramatic feature film, which isn't as easy a sell as a 1 minute silly television show that people can easily watch it on the toilet on their phone.
Right. Pretty much.
Yeah. While playing along.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, Janelle's up like 5 fart puns, so I'm
you're
trying to catch up.
Okay. You're not far behind.
Let's shift gears.
Yeah.
I want to talk about. Are you okay? Do you need a pillow, Rob? Okay.
I'm
Those
good.
of
I'm
you at
good.
home, you
Hold
missed
on.
the
Would you?
I'm good.
Rob
Would you
trying
like
to
a
get
foot rest?
comfortable in
No,
the
I'm
chair.
I'm sorry.
Queen City Escape.
Yes.
Yes. Now I remember. I don't know how long ago. A couple years, maybe even more. On one of our carpooling adventures to Rochester or Syracuse or wherever the hell we go for an audition. Or no, actually, we got the job this time.
Yeah,
and
wait.
we were both on it.
Was that the double booked one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That was.
Oh,
I think either the casting director or
Yes.
somebody thought that we were the same
The
person.
same person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And ironically, we drove up in the same car.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
So we're like,
at the
oh,
same
this is
time.
carpool. We're
and-
going to the same job. It's So, yeah. So we get there and they're like, oh no.
Wait,
and
they
then-
hired you both for the same
For
role?
the same role.
for the same role.
Yeah.
Could that be?
I don't
Yeah.
know. And so we got there and we're like,
I mean,
I don't know.
we
Like
both
we
got
could
paid.
do.
I mean,
Yeah, we both got paid.
That's
What
important.
they ended up doing was they
Could you be like
pulled
a
me
stunt
in
double?
to do.
Yeah,
You
well,
do all the cutaways?
I wanted to suggest that they do the whole Obscure Object of Desire, Louis Manuel film, where he keeps swapping out the same lead
Actor.
actress. Yeah, the lead actress role between 2 different actors.
Did they go for it, Don?
No.
No.
I know, go figure, because
Yeah.
they take themselves very seriously. So what they ended up doing was like they put Paul in the role on camera, and then what they did with me was they put me behind a microphone and had me do the radio spots.
Which
Speaks
I mean,
to
listen to Dom's voice.
Yeah, you
Talk
get
about
that
and look at
voice.
Paul's
Amy.
face. So I mean, like they had.
Whoa.
The best.
That-
They
yeah,
really
they
did.
have
I
the
want to
best of both.
transition to your voice
That's like a
because
scoop of chocolate and a scoop of vanilla.
I could
Together, the
listen
magic.
to Dom talk for hours and hours and hours. I mean, come on. You've got the voice.
I have a decent voice. I should go for
And he's not.
books on tape.
Seriously.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which
See, I
reminds
was.
I am
doing
going
voice.
to hook
Yeah.
you up with a voice guy who does voice jobs and stuff.
Oh really?
Well, I wanted to get your permission first, of course.
Yeah. No.
I'll make an email introduction.
anyone who wanted to throw my resume at, please do.
Absolutely. Doing
nice.
big things.
Oh.
But I mean, the reason for that story, from my perspective, was I remember you working on some puzzle type of mystery type of, and I had never heard of an escape room before, and like that's when you started to explain it to me.
Yeah, I don't think we weren't open at the time. That was when.
That was years ago.
Yeah, so like we definitely weren't open then.
Yeah.
We've only been open for a year.
Okay.
Our first year anniversary was November 3rd.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
So yeah, I think I was like using it as a sounding board, being like, what does this sound like? Something fun you would do?
Yeah.
Like with the kids?
With our adult friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, them too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think it was it's still in the phase of like talking it out and like feeling out like would Buffalo be a good market to bring this to?
Right. Because back then there were. Now there are several.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I could probably name at least 4 or 5 in the area.
Yeah, I can name almost all 15 of them.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
15.
Sheesh. Yeah. Don't
Competition is stiff.
name. Them. We'll only talk about Queen City Escape, but
Well,
yeah,
we
yeah.
have some friends in the community.
Good.
Yeah, because
That's
basically
always
we the way we see it is it's us like
there's plenty of room.
well, no, not for
pun
the
intended.
franchises. We're like the mom and pop shops versus like the big corporation.
I see.
The large. What's the word I just used? The franchises.
Yeah.
That's the way we see it. So it's like the episode of anything where they're gonna pave over the skate park and put up a mall.
Right. Yes.
We're
Well,
the underdogs, is what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah.
well, I mean, you seem to be pretty successful because every time I text you, you say that you have your room booked. So,
Oh yeah.
so that's and I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? That's a good thing. So yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because we're open every day.
Yeah.
Mondays through Sundays. Whatchamacallit? I don't know. You don't need me to go through my entire schedule, but yeah, we're open every day and busy every day doing that. And when not doing that, doing the Struck Down Entertainment stuff, which Spark Force falls under the umbrella, but the other half of that is like the local commercials and stuff like that. So
Struck Down Entertainment. That's your own production company.
yeah, so that's my production company where we do like indie films, weird 1 minute long TV shows,
Spark Forces.
yeah, and then like local commercials.
Yeah.
So
Can you name maybe?
oh what?
Can you name the commercials? Or
Oh yeah.
would they not want to be mentioned?
I mean,
on
I
this
don't know if anybody
fertile
would know.
podcast.
I can mention like some of my favorites. Like there's this guy who has a hot dog stand out toward like Niagara Falls, Uncle Mikey's, and he doesn't call it Uncle Mikey's hot dog stand. I call it that because I call everything by the wrong name because I'm an old man. But but he calls it Uncle Mikey's drive-through, and he's this old like his dad joke about how you could drive up to him, he'll give you the hot dog, and you could drive away.
Yeah.
You don't have to get out of your car to get your hot dog. And he got it in his head that he wanted to do like a television commercial for his hot dog stand, and I loved the idea because the guy is so wacky. That like each commercial is this bad local commercial. Like I love making them like specifically bad, like Rhett and Link, who do like the I Love Local Commercials YouTube page. So it's like I really wanted to have an exercise in doing that. So his are the best. Or one of his jokes. I don't want to spoil all the jokes because I want to urge you to go and look for them. But one of the jokes is he's like, "We serve both right-handed and left-handed hot dogs."
Are they Salins though?
They are Salins.
Okay.
We mentioned that in the commercial. But yeah, so that's, if
Just
you're
have to
looking
check.
for my commercials or to hire me to do your commercial, they are that ridiculous and bad. They also can be serious, but
Yeah, of course.
Those ones aren't as fun, it sounds like.
no.
Yeah.
StruckDownEntertainment.com, is that?
Yes.
Yes, nice. What else was I going to say? Queen City.
Oh yeah, so back to the Queen City Escape.
.com?
.com.
What's the Queen City Escape?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Very
mean,
good. Yeah.
yeah.
You can book appointments online and stuff too, right?
yeah, either really right from our Facebook page or queencityscape.com. There's all the places where you could read about what rooms we have, which are the Strange Escape, inspired by the Netflix series Stranger Things and The Goonies. Basically everything that inspired that show.
Very cool.
Which is
Tried to fit in
amazing.
the room.
I have to interrupt, by the way.
Stranger
I did.
Things?
No, his room was just.
Oh, okay.
It felt like I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I was in the show, and it was
Yeah.
fun. And I, aside from obviously being a friend of Dom's, like objectively, the rooms that he makes.
Yeah,
are
it was a
lot of
cool
fun.
room. I was there once. You and I
Yeah.
did a audition,
Yeah, the video audition. Yeah.
for something, and it was the Stranger Things room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
then actually we
very cool.
filmed the auditions in the Far Room, which is the Seven Wonders Heist and Gumshoe Mystery.
Okay,
Kind of inspired by like Carmen Sandiego.
that's what it was.
But for millennials who that reference doesn't
I know who Carmen
pan.
Sandiego is. Where in the world?
He's in the room.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Jenell.
I'm a minority in so many ways in this room right now. Good Lord.
You know, there's ageism going on.
There's so much
Yeah.
testosterone.
There's-
There's only so
Where's
much
going on?
melanin.
What do you want to talk about? I'm down.
It's okay.
So,
I'm just here for the occasional
Let's get some
comment.
questions from Jenell. What do you want to know about Escape? Have you done one?
Yes, we've done
Yeah, we're done.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
I enjoy them.
Now, which ones did you do?
Do you want to
me
name
name
your
specific
competition?
locations or like
Yes.
that just the room theme?
No, first of all, let's back up and say we have our escape room friends that every
They
time.
exclusively invite us
Yeah,
out.
they're like, come
Yeah.
on, you gotta do escape room. Come on, you gotta do escape room. Come on, we
It's
got another
usually
one. There's
someone's
another one.
birthday
Yes.
when we go.
We're like, okay.
You're like piggybacking on somebody else's corporate team building event. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my disclaimer on why I haven't gone to my friend's escape room
I
yet.
would love to
So
go
did
to
you get
your
the one over on
escape
Elm?
room. It's literally right around the corner. I saw it. I just
Yeah,
noticed it
like,
for the first time
Yeah.
a few days ago. So
'Cause that's Jared. Like, I don't mind, like, because we're friends with Jared. I'd give a shout out to Jared. His House of Secrets room is awesome.
Very cool.
But is that the one you guys did?
No.
Oh, well then.
We were out.
Well, then, go F yourself.
No.
Which one were we?
Well, we were out in Tonawanda for the one.
That's right. I don't.
Oh, yeah. Was it Escape from Buffalo?
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. Know me as Dude Man.
Dude
Man.
From when we had the 90s room, we opened with like a 1990s time travel adventure. Rob did that room.
Was it a dude guy or was it dude man?
It was Dude Guy, but
Okay.
the guy calls it. Yeah.
Do
Dude
you
Man.
go like full character when you're hosting
yeah.
these rooms?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, I can see that from you.
Yeah, not
We
anymore.
didn't
Now
do
that we have video intros, the characters are inside the video.
Ew.
But they used to be me bursting into the room, yelling at everyone, pushing into the room, and slamming the door.
Wow.
It was like it added a totally different aspect to it instead of just like, yeah, hi, I'm this guy. You go in, you get out. It's an experience.
Yeah, they're always really flat with it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing because I had been to the one right on Elmwood right here.
Yeah.
And I've been to some other ones, and not as much as you guys have, but I like that experience of it, like more than just the locks. Then you go in there, you get this lock and done. You know, like there was the '90s room specifically.
Yeah, you need to set the stage.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I could totally see that coming from you. And,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have to go.
In fact, I'd be shocked if you didn't do that.
Oh, yeah. That's, yeah, when you guys come, I might even put on the fake mustache.
So how many people do you recommend? Like if you're going as a group?
The more minds, the better. You have a greater ability of getting out of the room. We just released a blog that Sarah's brother Andrew, who writes for like the Hamburg newspaper, he's an incredible writer. We had him talk to a couple of psychologists over at Buff State to talk about like group dynamics.
I work there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I should have brought the names with. I don't remember the names of these poor people that I'm referencing. But if you go on our blog, you can read about it. And the one psychologist said you can kind of break groups down into these spirit animals. So there's the teddy bear, there's the shark, there's the owl, there's the turtle, and the fox. I think that's all of them. And you can kind of like, at the blog almost acts as like one of those Facebook quizzes. It's like, which escape room spirit animal are you? So you take the quiz, figure out which animal you are. But basically what I'm saying is that everybody has a specific role when it comes to going through the room, exploring it, and coming up with ideas to solve the puzzles.
Right.
Because everybody is so unique that we all have a different way of seeing and a way of interpreting something.
So they work where their strength is, basically.
Exactly.
They focus on whatever spirit animal.
Yeah. There's
I
spirit
want to know
animal.
my spirit animal now.
Right? Yeah.
Right, you have to check out the
This
song.
is your escape room.
From
spirit animal.
observation, I feel like you would be a shark.
Ooh,
Like,
not on the inside.
well, because you're very focused. You're like, okay,
yeah.
where's the problem? This is the problem. We're going to work on this right now.
But see, because my sister, she always takes the point. She's the point man. She's like running the show, I'm over here, flipping through a book, trying to find that image that matches with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you asked a
Give me
good question
thoughts.
earlier, because you do a lot. He has tons of research, I know, on like how many people optimally get out based on time. Like you do, at least you told me.
Yeah. I have my
specific
random
science
numbers.
spreadsheets.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he knows. Like
Yeah, because there is such a thing as like too many people.
Sure.
I agree.
Because
There's
the
an
whole-
think
occupancy
the last one
limit.
we did-
yeah, there's legally there's a limit.
Yeah. There's that. But like,
There's the fire code, you know. and-
But I feel like the last one we
Yeah.
did, there was too many of us.
I think
It was
so
a little
too.
bit
Yeah,
of a
everyone was getting in
cluster.
everyone's way.
I did one with
Too
8, and
many
it was
cooks?
impossible. Yeah, it was too
Yeah.
many
There
cooks in a
were
room.
at least 8 of us. I
Yeah, there was
think.
8. Yeah, and it was divided into several small rooms where you went.
yeah, move from like
Yeah,
room to room.
room.
Were you in
Yeah.
like the prison break room? Because then you're like separated.
World War II room.
Oh, okay.
Bar
Yeah.
room. Or no,
Yeah.
brewery.
The one was the brewery.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
yeah, I mean,
I was
they were a lot of
curious.
fun. You know.
Yeah, so I mean, like I can go on all day about
Yeah.
like watching different group dynamics because the from our perspective, it's like watching the same hour-long movie with different actors over and over again. And Sometimes it's a comedy, sometimes it's a tragedy, sometimes it's an awkward Tinder date.
Yeah, oh, goodness.
Yeah, those are...
That happens?
Wait, people
Like
go...
two
Yeah.
people?
Two people.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
groups of two do get out. Two of like my favorite, like we have this couple that has come and done every single one of our rooms, and I love them. I don't remember their names. They're up on the wall in the escape room
That's awesome.
after they did the strange escape. But whatchamacallit? So groups of two can come in and be effective. Like Sarah and I will go and do just the two of us.
I met Sarah, by the way. She's very, very sweet, very nice girl.
Yeah, she is.
When did
Hi,
you guys
Sarah.
get...
I remember what the day was, but I don't remember what the day is.
Mm.
The day was the longest day of the year because I had this whole thing. There's a guy who had a TED Talk. I can't remember his name either. I haven't had enough coffee today to remember stuff. But he gives a TED Talk, and he
I
talks
can make you
about-
some. You brought me some, so...
That's a good point. But his TED Talk is basically about procrastination because he was procrastinating writing his TED Talk, and he has this blog that he puts out. I thought maybe saying that I would remember the name of the blog.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Okay.
So his thesis is like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to print out, or I'm going to come up with an image that shows an entire human life approximately living up to the age of like 80 or 90, and then make little rectangles that represent every week in this person's life. So you have this grid, and then you can kind of cross off, okay, these are all the weeks I've already lived. And I thought it'd be really cute to print up that image, cross off all the weeks that I've already lived, and then ask her to spend the remaining boxes with me. If I make it to 80, the boxes might be...
Oh, you know, do what you can.
Oh, yeah. And then what I did was I waited for the longest day of the year.
The summer solstice.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
So this past summer.
This past summer.
Okay.
Yeah, because I thought that would be a nice gesture. It's like, oh, well, I want like the most amount of time on what would be one of the happiest days in one of those boxes.
That's so sweet.
That's very cute.
And then because I can't be saccharine sweet, I had a friend of mine get me one of those Japanese puzzle boxes. A friend, you actually just met him today, Scott. And I folded up that piece of paper and I put it inside the Japanese puzzle box, locked it away, and gave it to her and said, I hope you can...
Wow.
I guess that's another reason for choosing the longest day. Is I'll give you the most amount of time to get to what's in here. But Sarah's very good at puzzles, so she got it at some point in the afternoon.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Don't you give her puzzles a lot, though, for the rooms? Like, was it a kind of
Oh, yeah, that was
not
kind of-
abnormal to do that?
That was
Right,
kind
she
of our
partners
thing.
with you in doing the rooms,
No,
right? Okay.
no, the room's just me, but she'll come for the free coffee.
Okay.
But no, like mentally, like
Because when I
she
saw her
is
there,
my
she looked like she was
sounding board.
running the place. I'm just saying, you know.
I'll put her to work, but no, it's like I use her as my sounding board and my muse.
Gotcha.
Because when back when she was teaching, what I would do is I would pack her a lunch and then I would lock it and put a puzzle
Can you
on
be
the outside
any
for her to
more
get to her
adorable?
lunch.
I don't know. If I
The
was
more you
angry-
talk, Dom, the more in love I fall with you.
Well, he just goes really hard. Like, he kidnaps people to a radiator and has them solve a puzzle.
Oh my god.
Too far? Too far. Okay.
You know, like the movie The Ref.
Yeah.
What?
I should try to obscure movie reference you.
You
Before
should.
the end of this. Should just be over here on
You
IMDb.
probably wipe the floor with me with obscure movies, but
Rightfully
What-
so.
where did all that come from?
Well, she sounds like a good sport if she
Yes.
is
oh
constantly
yeah, she is.
doing
If she could put up
puzzles
with
Got
and-
the
me.
puzzle.
Wait, which puzzle? The lunch or the?
Well, we were on the proposal.
Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
back to proposal. Yeah, so she got it. She got the box, and she obviously said yes once she figured out how to get to that.
I want. Sorry to interrupt. I'd want to take your idea if I was ever going to break up, like with somebody, and be like, "Will you?
Here you go.
Will you stay away from
See
me
ya.
for the rest of these boxes on the shortest day of the year?"
Oh my god.
And that's a great example of the group dynamic in
Yeah.
these rooms.
Yes.
Is seeing something from a different angle and then how to use it.
Yes.
It just came full circle.
Yes.
I'm really kind
And-
of brilliant that way.
Now, does this represent the dynamic in the movie as well with these two characters? Because are you partners in the movie?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, so.
So is it something
two
like a yin
detectives,
and yang
partners.
type of situation,
Yeah, because I'm.
or yin and yin?
No,
because
yin
I'm the
yang.
straight man.
Yeah.
And
I'm just the screw up who doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
If you go to farforce.net and look on the descriptions of these characters' backgrounds, which are totally made up, of course, because they're not real characters. He has I think he has a Medal of Valor from George H.W. Bush. Yeah. His education. Yeah, and I just have no. Yeah, so I'm just kind of a
because I'll
screw
have
up
like a master's in criminology where he
Yes.
has a bachelor's in criminology.
with a minor in like early childhood development, I think, which directly applies to but it's actually great that Dom doesn't mind being the straight man because really I just want to do ridiculous stuff.
Sure.
And so, we give him, he's got good lines. I mean, he's not just a total stiff, but I don't know when he just gets to vomit and do ridiculous.
And get set on fire.
Yeah. But maybe, that's...
What was the vomit? Was that oatmeal?
It was oatmeal and water.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a couple takes of that.
That's memorable.
Man.
So, yeah,
So if
And
nothing
you
else.
vomit on Sarah.
yes, actually I do, but
Oh
not...
my gosh.
I'm hugging Sarah, but in the reverse, we have a fake body
Yeah.
that so I typically vomit on
Wow.
Sarah.
That's-
But she would have let me. She's a
She would have. Sarah's a great sport that way.
Yeah.
She would have been like, yeah.
She would have played. Yeah. Very nice.
So we're going on this adventure together, and it's called Fart Force, and we're excited to see what happens, how it's received. I mean, just yesterday, it came out to the world, so it's the day after kind of its birth into, on the internet, and so hopefully it's well received. I mean, obviously it's not going to be for everyone. It's a silly show, but we kind of want to see where it goes, and
and you never know. I mean, it could be like a real cult type of hit thing. I mean, you just never know.
I'm gonna hold my breath, but hey, that'd
Yeah.
be great. I mean, we have friends asking us like, have you
But
thought
you
about a season
probably
2?
should.
But I have friends who have asked us like, have you thought about a season 2 yet, or anything like that. We're joking about, about how we might have a season 2 preview at the end of this one, just that may or may not happen. But
I think that would be the joke though, is that we would have a preview for season 2
it
and never do
Not-
it.
Yeah.
Like History of the World
Or
Part
no.
1.
Yeah, we want to basically we want to troll everyone. Pretty
Yeah.
much, it sounds like.
Or
But
the
also-
Tarantino Grindhouse movies. I mean,
Yeah, where they had the fake
they've had
trailers.
the fake trailers.
I mean,
and
or
ended up making them.
I think it's good that you compare Fart
Yeah.
Cops to Tarantino. And, the pilot is very like Scorsesean almost. I'd
Of
say
course
like
it
if you're a
is,
real
yes.
film buff.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to say it, but we did get some notes from Jared Leto actually.
Good.
No, that's a total lie. I'm just kidding. I'm just making up stuff. Sorry.
James Cameron was going to pick up season 2, I thought.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
My goal, and it's going to be a hard fall from, if it doesn't happen, is I want James Cameron to pick up and produce season 2. So
Make the
Yeah,
3 hour
of course.
long
yeah.
antithesis of what would be a 1 minute long. I mean, we really just wanted to make something that would entertain people.
Yeah.
Like,
Just something silly. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
But if at all, maybe Werner Herzog can do like a documentary for a season.
Yeah.
False documentary. That's my Werner Herzog impression, sorry.
Very accurate. Rob, you mentioned you have a day job.
I do, yes.
Is it as boring as all of ours?
Oh, probably. I
What do you
mean,
do?
I do IT work. I
Mhm.
worked for Apple, and then I left there and did some other. Yeah, so I'm the IT guy by day, and then doing what I really want to do by night. But it's a great gig. I enjoy
Sure.
what I do.
Yeah.
But it's
Can you
It's
fix my
amazing.
MacBook, please?
I'm sure I could.
Just kidding. I just had the what was it? Motherboard replaced. Do they call it motherboard still?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Logic board, motherboard.
Logic
same
board,
thing.
yes.
There you go. Yeah, MLB, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, I have a lot of friends that do cinematographers and stuff like that, where they do that for a living. And I met actually my cinematographer of Game Changers. I met on Twitter, and we flew in from Boston and stuff like that. And we got to become friends. And whenever I would meet other people who were established working professionals, they would always be like, "You don't do this for a living?" And I'm like, "No, because I did it for a bit, and I don't like starving 1 month and then." Being rich the next, and then
Yeah.
being poor for 2. So I like the consistent paycheck, but
oh yeah.
keeps me grounded.
It's the opposite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's just how my personality is. I mean, some people like that run or have the opportunity to like do that based on who they're married to or what their financial situation is. But I'm
That's my goal, actually, is to have Jenell just support me so I don't have to do anything. I don't want to do anything.
Is that the
Nothing.
situation?
Nothing.
False.
We now turn to Jenell for comment.
If anybody's
She just started working,
doing nothing around here.
and I
you
just
me.
want to do nothing.
No, I did just start at upstate as a career counselor and student employment coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the career development center,
So-
helping people figure out their lives.
What kind of advice do you give people who are in a terrible major? Straight, like
say they wanted to go into film and video production. What would you say that's a more factual? You should not do this. Your parents will be disappointed. You should make money in a nice way.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hijacked
So
your question. But
that's exactly where I was going with it.
I mean, the major and the person, it really depends. Because if you have something that you're passionate about, you're probably going to excel in it. And then, you're going to make it work for you somehow. So maybe if it is, you have a regular day job, so we encourage you, maybe look at a practical major, get some other skills, and you can do this at night and, do what you have to do until you can do what you love full time. But, you can't just go around crushing people's dreams because you don't
I
know.
disagree.
Even in a nice way.
I feel like you should 100% crush somebody's dreams.
I disagree, and I
if
thought
they're
that answer was exactly like what I would hope someone doing her job would say.
Actually say.
There's a lot of hope and inspiration in that voice right there.
Well, you have to be realistic because I've had students who, let's say, they dreamt of being like a veterinarian
Yeah.
and they can't get past the first biology class.
Because they're allergic to animals.
But some people, this is the first time somebody's asking them, like, what do you really love? What do you want to do?
I hope it's not the first time.
But
it
sometimes
might
it
be.
really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So you get like
Especially
people come in
college
this,
freshmen,
you're the
yeah.
first person to ask them, why are you here?
And the first
Exactly.
person talking to them like they're an adult, even.
And I
Yeah.
feel like you come home with those stories every day. Like, oh my God, this one person, couldn't even pass this, and that, and wants to be a doctor. And,
I want to give you a great tool that I show every one of my interns. It's a TED Talk by a guy named Larry something, and it's called "Why You'll Fail to Have a Great Career."
Mhm.
Check it out.
Google Larry something. Is it SOME?
SUM.
Something.
I'm going to look it up now so I
Yeah,
can
so
have
we
it
get the
a
guys.
little later. Oh. We have...
Yeah, it's "Why You'll Fail to Have a Great Career,"
I think I watched
I
that.
don't like
and
those.
I feel like I've
You don't like
sent
the
it to
Max?
you.
No.
I totally ignored you for a couple times. I didn't want to watch it. I'll get to this later.
I feel like everybody does that. Like, my favorite is, I won't name them by name, but my favorite thing that happens is when, like, you recommend something to somebody because you know, like, trust me, you will like this.
Yeah.
And then they will not watch it, and then, like, 1.5 to 2 years later, will call you up and say, yo, check out this thing.
Yeah.
I know you're going to like
Yeah.
it. And you're just like,
Dude,
You son of
Told
a-
you
I tried to serve that to you on a plate 2 years ago.
ignored me.
Yeah.
Larry Smith.
Did I do that to you? Is that
Larry
where I'm getting
Smith.
this example? Larry
You
Smith.
may have.
It was close.
Call me out.
I should've
I'm
said
selfish with
Larry
my
S.
time, man. It's just a lot of gaming and sleeping.
No, I mean,
putting
like, I
off
feel
work.
like I did that to you. Like, you're like, Dom, check out this show. You're going to love it. And I'm like, sure, Rob. And then, like, a year later, I'm like, Rob, have you ever played the game? Like,
yeah. You may have. I may have.
And you're like, I'm going to ruin your political career by forcing you to star in a show called Fair Force.
Yes.
This has been all the week-long check boxes. I have them on a wall, and this has been a lifelong plan ever since I met you, Dom, to destroy you socially. This is day one.
Push pins connected with
Yeah,
yarn.
yes. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Perfect.
Oh, this has devolved.
Excellent.
So you're a DJ. Can I ask you about that?
Yeah, sure.
What kind of music?
I
I have a fantasy of wanting to do a DJ set.
question that everybody asks, actually. What kind of music? do you
Also,
play?
we were saying is passively that I'm not original by asking you that.
No, directly I'm saying that. And I always say, I play everything because I play all different kinds of.
Do you like write, record, mix your own stuff or anything like that, or you do?
I have,
Yeah.
but the number of recordings I've done, less than 10.
Gotcha.
No.
So you're not like, okay, I gotcha. No, the reason I ask
No,
is because I'm obsessed with like dance DJs and stuff. Like I grew up
Okay.
with all that kind of not music that my
Mhm.
girlfriend makes fun of me for, and my dream is to make like a fake DJ set, stuff like that.
Very cool.
Like in vain of Fire Force, but no, when he told me that on the way in that you were a DJ, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, all right,
You're like, where's this
Yeah.
turntable?
yeah, what's going on here?
You pass one on the way in.
Where's the giant dead mouse hat?
Yeah.
What would yours be?
Good question. What would my head be? I've seen like a lot of people have taken a dead mouse.
That's the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
do
Well,
that.
at least not original to him. Like it
Here
is
you
like
go,
that,
blowing
like-
up everything. You'd be like, oh, you know, in 1967 there was a dead mur, and he was weird references he's gonna pull out.
Well, there was.
Well, no, I was just gonna say like
I was gonna
Noir
say
did the
Genesis with
dressing up
Peter
thing.
Gabriel and stuff.
They did
They
that.
were dressing up and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Oh,
like,
Guar. Okay, Guar.
yeah,
Is there a
like
saying?
I'm not
Guar,
saying
yeah.
like putting on a helmet and like having a mysterious background like Daft Punk, but like the
Right.
idea of like putting on a costume to go on stage.
Okay, sure.
Like Kiss, like no one would
Okay,
listen to
yeah.
their music
David
if
Bowie.
they look like
Yeah.
normal guys. Well, David Bowie would listen to his music. I just want to say that I just don't like Kiss's music. That's where this is going.
Wait, I was gonna
No.
say, be like, who would be like? I want to be like those guys who put on ridiculous music. I feel like their music was like had to justify the face painting of ridiculousness. Otherwise, like.
I mean,
No.
they
It'd be like, who's
really
like the most
embody-
talented? It'd be like Michael Jackson could come out there and be like, Michael Jackson's like one of the greatest
Yeah.
musicians of all time, right?
Yes.
Amen.
Well, of
Amen.
course, it just goes without saying, high five everyone if you
Yeah.
think that you're wrong. But like he could come out there with a dead mouse hat on, they'd be like, oh, you can do anything, and
Yeah.
it's cool then. So I feel like Kiss was like their music was cool, and then they painted their faces, and it's like,
no,
all right, well,
for them, it's
Oh,
the
the
other way
opposite?
around.
oh,
Mm.
I feel like no one was going to listen to them if they didn't paint their faces. But like Guar was like, I feel like that was their graduate's thesis or something weird like that. Like, don't quote me on that, but like they were basically like, what if we dressed up? And-
is that kind of maybe what we did psychologically? Is nobody would watch us unless we put fake mustaches on and stuffed our bellies and stuff like
yeah,
that.
maybe this is a
Oh.
self-reflection.
The kiss, we need to look at the
Like-
Kiss in us, or the Dead Mouth 5 in our hearts.
That's right.
Is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Is what is we all wear masks,
Mhm.
metaphorically speaking.
Do you have a stage name, or are you DJ like you're
I
like
do have a
want you to?
stage name. Yes.
Is that public information? Should tell me after?
It's,
Or
I'm
now?
public DJ. So.
Okay. I thought you were a secret.
Public
told me you
DJ
were a
for
secret-
private parties.
You told me you were a secret private.
A secret DJ.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't
I
know.
mean, he does
Dio.
those flash mob
Yeah.
shows where like he'll set up in the middle of Clemens, play a show, and then disappear.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those are the days.
I
Can I
miss
just
those.
say?
Yeah.
And you're what's it?
I said it like I knew what the hell you're talking about.
Like the random flash
Those-
mobs that you be.
Days.
I crowd surfed for the first time outside of Cape In
Whoa.
During
Oh,
a
so
flash mob?
during a flash mob.
You went to UB, but then you were
undergrad.
Okay.
I'm at Canisius for grad school and working at upstate. So I've
Sure.
been
DJ Rock.
Did you rock?
Full Sumi.
To answer your
interned up
question
at I.
Yeah,
For forever ago.
I like it's important to me. I want to know what So you would have a giant rock on your head with
No.
two
Yes,
little.
it would be a boulder. A real boulder, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take some measurements, and if you have it back on, I'll bring you a rock head
Absolutely.
just to remember me by. Because
Rockhead.
when I don't get picked up by
DJ
James Cameron
Rockhead.
in season 2, it's gonna be over. For
Be
me.
like the guy from the Neverending Story, Rockman.
Oh, yeah.
The nothing.
Yeah.
Rocks.
That's something I'm
All right, 90s. What are you
Trying to
talking about
get
the
you down.
90s?
I've heard of it. I just
trying to get Jenell to watch that never-ending story. It's so I got it to watch The Princess Bride.
What did you think of the Princess's Bride?
I didn't get all the way through that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, well, first of all,
Yeah.
she
Rose
falls
of the
asleep
Usual
through
Size?
every movie.
I can stay awake sometimes.
Well,
Wait.
when we're in a theater, that's it.
Can I? What's
You
like?
were the. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what's your kind of flick? Like, what's something that you like?
I like horror movies.
Oh, that's
like
And that scares
me the
shit out of me.
thrillers,
Like real hard horror or cheesy horror?
Both.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
Yeah.
prefer the real deal, but it's just so hard to come
But
by.
then she showed
Well,
me
define
Killer
real
Clowns
deal.
from Outer Space.
Have you ever seen
Is that
it?
the
Of
real,
course.
Is that the real deal? Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the
like-
real deal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it's
That's
amazing.
like-
What?
yeah.
No, I showed you
Dead.
Dead Alive.
Dead Alive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
Come
Peter
on.
Jackson. That's the director of Lord of the Rings.
Mm.
Like you just
I
you gotta respect
That
it.
was
Wait.
insane.
Can we say the A word in this podcast?
Asterisks?
Apple?
Apple?
Asterix? I'll just go with asterix. Like, I
Okay.
kick asterix for the Lord.
Yeah. Asterisks.
Yeah.
You can curse. There's no FCC rules, but
Okay.
Jenell
like-
will.
I just yell language.
It's a line from the
But I
movie.
didn't even yell at you earlier. You
I know,
said
thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's
something.
I'm being good because I didn't know.
But okay, so Dead Alive is a great one.
We do cheesy horror nights every once in a while. My girlfriend and her 2 friends will, rock and roll.
Reanimator.
Rock and Roll Reanimator, is that a movie? Did we finish?
Oh, I
the
wish Rock and
sentence?
Roll
I think you just named 2.
No,
Rock and Roll
Reanimator,
Nightmare is one that I'd recommend. That was our current
Oh,
favorite.
that's
That's
amazing.
just horrible. Have you seen Rock and Roll Nightmare?
No.
Okay, we'll see that.
Yeah.
And what were you saying?
Reanimator. Specifically, it's going to be playing. A buddy of mine does like horror movie nights at the Amherst Theater. Thursday Night Terrors. If you guys get on Thursdays. Whatchamacallit. So you can go see Reanimator on the big screen coming out soon. But yeah, if you like horror movies, check this out. The hell is the other one that he's doing? I don't know. Whatever.
Do you appreciate the classics, or do you like more like new stuff?
I mean, the classics, you just can't beat them.
Yeah.
Okay, so
New
you can
stuff.
appreciate.
So The Shining, we watch
Oh, okay,
Oh,
awesome.
gosh,
Okay.
yes. One of my
every
favorites.
6 months.
Okay, so you'll watch movies from decades before the 90s.
Absolutely.
Oh, of course.
She's
Okay.
very,
I'm picking it.
very well cultured in
No, nothing exists before the 90s.
It's very
The world
self-existent.
started when I was born.
Pretty much. No, I do have an appreciation for movies.
Absolutely.
And music before
And
my
music, yeah.
time. And people before
And-
my time.
And people.
See, I'm bad. I'm a bad film person in quotes, or however you want to say that, because I'll watch an old movie and I'm like, it's in black and white. I'm like, this is kind of out of focus. I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
No,
Yeah.
like
Like
I
classic-
make you watch The Twilight Zone. I
The
love
classic
The
Twilight
Zone. Oh,
Twilight
yeah.
Zone.
Yeah. She's
Which,
always
like, so
got it
much
on when
of
I walk
that
in the room.
takes place in like the New York area. Like they're constantly saying like, "Oh, I'm getting on this train to Buffalo from Syracuse." And I'm like, "What?" And you find out like the writer like grew up in like Corning or Binghamton or something.
Mhm.
That's feeling. Just trying to tie it back to
Really?
Buffalo.
Oh, okay. So
Nice. Queen City.
Local pride.
Queen City's good.
do you watch
Yeah.
Supernatural on Netflix? Okay, that's my girlfriend's girl.
You were in for a
I think
treat
my
once you
grandma
started.
liked that show.
Black Mirror.
And I watched it
Black
with her.
Mirror.
Oh, what is this
I don't
show?
love it.
Is it
Skip
two-
the first episode,
Really?
everyone. Skip the first episode.
I
Start at
always do
episode
that,
2.
to
We watched it.
Yeah.
a lot.
Really? Just skip one?
Skip it. The reason I say it is twofold.
The arrogance
One,
of you. These people they wrote it, they met,
I'm
they
sorry.
planned. They said this is going to be our episode 1, and then you come along
And
on
I
a
say,
podcast and say no, skip it.
forget episode
Everything
1.
they did.
So Charlie Brooker is a brilliant satirist, and what
Poor
happened was is
You're
that
killing him.
he has he didn't really have plans for it to go as big as it did, and including like U.S. market. So the reason for saying skip episode 1 is twofold. One, it's the most graphic, and I don't want people to get turned off to the show before they have a chance to see everything that it has
See,
to
that
say.
turns me off.
I think we skipped it. What was?
Well, we skipped the whole
out.
first season.
We did.
Yeah.
But then I tried to go back.
Okay,
and
so you
watch
just
it.
like started watching from
Random.
like where
Because I'm
Netflix
like,
started.
Why did
Oh,
I do
yeah.
that? Because
We were watching on Netflix.
something happened where one of the Netflix series, I couldn't even get through the first. Do you remember what it was? Like the whole first season was horrible, and it might have been more than just one. And so that's like my go-to now.
This is like kind of skip ahead.
First
It's like they're going to
season.
catch
Off to
you
a
up.
slow start. Let's just skip ahead a season.
I'm so offended what's happening in this room right now. Because the pilot is quintessential in introducing the stakes
On any
the
other
characters.
show,
Well, he
Okay,
does
all
that
right.
to get me to watch it. Like Parks
Yeah.
and Rec. I was like, this is stupid. So we
Yeah.
skipped ahead a season.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Parks and
Well,
Rec
it's kind of you
first
pick those
season
up anywhere. Yeah,
was horrible.
Isn't it?
Well, 30 Rock has a similar thing where like they're
Yes.
trying to gain their footing in the first go, because
Yes.
it was way more grounded in the first
That's
season.
what it
Like
was.
it
Yeah.
seemed like
It was
these are
those.
real people. Then it branched off into its like comic strip thing. But
Because it was like, okay, you have to see this, you have to see this. And I show her episode 1, and she's like, what the hell were you thinking showing me this?
A Parks and
You know?
Rec?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So to
Nobody's-
clarify,
nobody's
for
getting murdered.
Black Mirror.
Poor person.
Black Mirror is like the Twilight Zone, where every episode's its own thing.
Yes.
So you can skip the first episode
it's an
without.
Yeah, you can watch the last episode
Yeah.
first if you want. Yeah.
And the other half, if anybody's wondering out there, for my twofold reason why not to watch the first episode, is that the whole thing behind the first episode is that the Prime Minister of England at the time
Oh,
had
Was that
been
the
rumored.
pig?
That's the pig.
Ah.
Had been rumored to have been hazed or whatever. So that's why he
Wow.
made it the first episode, because because he saw what happened in the UK in terms of like how fast this rumor spread about the Prime Minister and the pig, and it was all because of technology. And that's the whole point of the show, is that it's not lampooning, that's the wrong word, but satirizing technology and its role in our lives and where the trajectory goes from there. So that's another reason why I skip it, because culturally it doesn't make as...
Black Mirror.
Is that why?
For those of you at home, Rob was... Yeah, I'll be all right. Paul was pointing to the front of
Jenell's
his phone,
iPhone. Yes.
which is your Black Mirror.
Yeah.
So that's why we skipped the first episode of
watched
that
it,
show.
from the start.
We did see
It
that,
was
though.
sick.
I think I started with the
like-
second season and then went back.
Yeah, we definitely went back.
We
Yeah.
saw that
Yeah,
one.
you can watch them on work.
However, to give you another recommendation by the same writer, Charlie Brooker has a series called Dead Set, which is a contained zombie show. I think it's like 8 or 12 episodes, and it's on Netflix. And he's got the same level of satire and insight that he does with anything that he puts out.
Yes.
And it's all zombie themed. Like, I don't know, like, are you into zombies?
Love
like,
'em.
they
Yeah,
go along
you
with
know.
horror. Okay.
The Walking Dead. What was
Okay.
the
Until-
one?
yeah.
Z Nation. This last
the
season,
whole-
forget it, but
Negan thing, you know.
Yeah, but no spoilers. But, like, if you want, like, The Walking Dead contained, watch Dead Set. Where they're not going to drag on every episode with, like, Carl eating
Cliffhangers.
pudding.
Yeah.
Do you watch The Walking Dead?
No, I'm just over here waiting for Sherlock episode 3, man.
Oh, man!
What?
I want... Yeah.
Wait, is episode 3 out?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not out. But
I would
it's
have
like,
to leave.
we clearly.
Sorry, gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're done. No, Sherlock is just such a great show.
It's ridiculous, but I've seen... Oh, you haven't seen any Sherlock? Go right now.
Have you? No.
Well, it's my thing.
Hmm.
That's my thing too.
Well,
But,
now,
like,
you guys mentioned Stranger Things. Sorry to interrupt.
yes.
It's your
I
podcast.
tried to watch it. I couldn't, like...
The OA.
I tried to watch the OA. I got through 3 episodes, and I'm like, when the hell?
Asleep and then
Yes.
When the
You
because
kept watching.
hell is this gonna get good? Everyone says it's good.
guess what? It doesn't.
You guys are saving me so much time.
I vehemently dislike. I would say hate. That's too strong a word, but I vehemently dislike the OA
Yes.
because it 100% wastes the viewer's time. There are
Oh,
8
God,
roles
yes,
Kurt
thank you.
Vonnegut gives for like writing a good story. One of the things he says, which I don't entirely agree with, but like maybe it's like these are what work for me, whatever. Is like 1, don't waste the reader's time.
Mhm.
2, to hell with suspense.
Yeah.
I think because if you were trying to write for suspense, which the OA tries to do, you end up with pointless schlock
Yes.
because you don't know how to wrap it up. It's like
Yes.
this generation's Lost. But I enjoyed Lost. I feel like it was trying to do something just adjacent
Absolutely.
to the OA.
Lost was, yeah.
But like the OA is painfully slow with 0 payoff and nothing makes
And
sense.
it's mild suspense. I was in that same state of mild suspense, 3 episodes long, and I'm just like, should I go for the 4th? No,
Mhm.
I couldn't take it anymore.
Isn't it fun to just end a series like, we're done? It feels
He's
powerful.
like hated it. Like,
It was like giving that puzzle box
Oh,
to the breakup.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
tried
the
to.
thing is-
I didn't watch
Bring it
the
I'm
back.
OA.
such a completionist
No,
that
no,
I
no,
needed
the
to
puzzle
finish
box
it
we were talking
because
about. The
I thought I'm like,
proposal.
well, maybe it's going
And then you use it
somewhere.
as a breakup.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
Sorry.
And
I
like,
tried. I went for the callback. It didn't work.
You worked. I'm sorry. Let's finish.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
So
no, I'm a completionist. Like I needed to finish like watching all of Dexter to give like another.
Oh, we're in the
example.
middle
Like,
of it.
yeah, just
we love it.
it's a great show.
I
up to
love
a
the
certain
Dexter.
point.
okay, so he killed
I was
his
gonna say.
brother.
Oh yeah,
And-
spoilers.
Well, I'm just
Well, it's
saying,
20
like,
years
is
old,
it
too.
going
Yeah.
to like
Oh yeah, like
decline
there's things like
now?
I think
yeah,
in the
like
second
it's
season, right?
Because it's just not as even now that his brother's dead.
Wait, when did Dexter end? Like 17 years ago? Like when was the last season of Dexter that you
It
just
was probably
spoiled?
like 10 years ago.
That's like
no, was it?
Dexter?
Isn't that old?
Yeah,
I mean, I know it takes
Hey
place
guys, I'm
in,
gonna
like,
see
the-
Heat
I
this
think it's
weekend.
early-
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
I know
05.
it takes place during that
Or
time
maybe it
period.
Oh,
but I
started in
didn't.
05.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
The first
No,
season
it's
was good,
like-
then I stopped.
My biggest problem with it was
Google.
like,
Google it.
like we get to the point where like, okay, he's like hiding it from everybody, and he's hiding it from like his sister's on the force, and like trying to not say anything like.
If you haven't seen Dexter and you're listening to this,
Oh.
it's too bad, pal.
Yeah,
It's too bad,
yeah.
sister.
Fast forward a couple.
You
Of,
know.
fast forward a couple of moments.
All right, we're late. We're like a decade late.
That's 11
Okay.
years ago.
So we know then that's your MO for like watching shows. So
Yeah, I
in 10 years we'll double check with you
Yeah.
to see
10
what
years
you
is-
thought
yeah.
of Fart Force, Janelle.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have a newfound appreciation.
If it's on Netflix,
No, so wait,
it's a
so-
success. Yeah.
Where you guys are at, because I don't understand how shows work. Is his sister now like
Dating.
aware of?
So
No.
Okay, so we just finished the first season, I think, where
Yeah, we're
he
only
murdered
Okay,
his brother.
then I'll
the
withhold my
ice truck
complaint until
killer.
later.
The
Yeah.
ice truck killer.
Okay.
And then we're a couple episodes into the
Okay.
second season. So
Then
shush.
I will save my complaint
Shut your
until
mouth.
later.
Okay.
Uh,
Sounds good.
I really like when it comes to like proper shows. I really like dramatic symmetry.
Yeah.
And the OA doesn't have it, and then Dexter loses it toward the end.
I was going to
Like, they
say,
set, like-
because Dexter is, like, I don't see how they could top that first season. Am I right?
See, I have some ideas how they could have, and they didn't.
Okay,
But-
thank you.
But just to go
Yes.
back to the OA, I just want to
'Cause-
rip on some stuff because people seem to
Absolutely.
love it. But I want to point out like a couple of things that just make no sense, so I can maybe bring some people to my side. One, why do we need a 5-minute long sequence of her making a sandwich?
Wait, there's a scene.
Yes.
There is a scene that
Yes.
takes what feels like
Does
5
it cut?
Yes.
Is it a single shot? Is it a
it
slow
was-
zoom into her?
If it was a single shot, I would understand.
Okay.
Because that's building suspense.
Okay.
But it doesn't.
I want to get really into OA just so I can argue with
It's-
you.
Yeah, no,
Never
please.
seen an
Okay,
episode.
now you need to
If
watch
you-
it so we can
If
argue
you
about
want
it.
to waste your time, honestly, if you want to waste your time,
I don't, but for
Don't.
Dom,
If
I
you
would.
want to just fall asleep
That
at
would- that'll
night,
be
turn
wasted.
on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, because like I
Knocked me
finished
right out.
it and it's like garbage. Like
Yeah. Because here's what we do. I try to like preview new shows to see if we could watch it together. You know, because I don't want to waste her time. She doesn't want to waste mine.
That's a nice
So-
benefit to them, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Can you watch that for me? I have a feeling.
Totally.
So
That's why.
Peter screens everything
So-
that we watch. Just
I'm
I'm going
like,
to show you this
you
trailer.
No, I'm saying congratulations. That's
You
great.
gotta watch The Office. So we watch The Office every season. We're on our third time of watching The Office. I mean, you just can't freaking.
That's a good
you
show.
gotta clarify
can't beat
British
it.
or US.
U.S.
Okay.
U.S. I watched the British one too, though.
I didn't love the British one. even
Yeah, it's
though
not
that's
that
like
great.
the version.
It's got a harder edge.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They don't
Ricky
even-
Gervais doesn't.
Yeah.
Thank you for
hold
saying you
on.
didn't watch the British version because I have always felt self-conscious for saying that I haven't. Yeah, I've seen the
Yeah,
British
because
version.
people-
You have to like lie. It's like no, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't watch. I like them. I like the one that was in my house that came on TV.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That was
Dwight.
in
I
my
thought Dwight
house.
was funny. Oh well, if you like Dwight, shut up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry. I still love you, Dom. I still love you.
Yeah, no,
I
you're
totally get
you're totally explaining the reason why I forced myself to watch the British version
Oh, yeah.
because I felt like such a douche because everybody was telling me, "Why don't you watch the British version?"
And should I watch it?
No,
Okay, good.
just don't.
But Dom, did you have anything to say before I destroyed your point? Of where you
Well, I'll just come clean and say that I've only ever seen random episodes of either series. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm that guy.
you can leave.
I know.
But we did the same thing with Parks and Rec. We watched that twice over at least, right? Parks and Rec.
I think once.
No, we definitely watched it twice.
Maybe you did.
I watched it 3
once.
times.
Yeah, well, you were
Once
sleeping.
was enough for me.
Yeah,
Parks and Rec?
I mean, remember when it just got obnoxious in the later
Oh yeah, it
seasons?
was ridiculous towards the end. I mean, come on. Can we
Yeah.
spoil that one?
Oh, yeah, that's
Cool.
I feel like
The
that's-
whole future thing. I mean, Jesus.
yeah.
Crap.
Like it's. I feel like that's par for the course for like any TV show that runs too long. It's like they run out of material.
Jumping the
Season
shark.
18 was really.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would kind of point at The Simpsons. It's like that's like the classic example of like everybody's like these seasons are the greatest seasons and everything else is nonsense.
Yeah.
That's still new, isn't it?
What?
It's still on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they still making
new or
Sure, no.
Yeah, new
new
Simpsons.
episodes?
Yeah, no, they're still making
That's
new
a good
episodes.
point. South Park too, right?
Good
Oh,
for
yeah.
them. Just
Yeah.
chunking them out. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, year after year. Here's
I had to
another
explain
season.
what
Yeah.
Jumping the Shark was to her.
Apparently, it came from Happy Days.
Yeah.
Which I did watch as a child, but still.
You did?
Which
But
is
the
a
saying,
I
weird
the
love
saying
Nick
and what
at
it
Night.
symbolized.
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
come
yeah.
out.
Laverne and Shirley, Gilligan's Island.
Sure.
Lucy. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
Well,
love
like-
that stuff.
What's interesting
Well,
about
See, I was
Happy
born in the
Days-
80s, so that was 70s show, I think.
Yeah.
60s. So
But
see,
a
it was out and then
show-
it skipped, and then I didn't watch really any of that stuff. I didn't
Yeah,
jump
but a
the
show
shark.
from
Yeah.
the 70s that took place in the 50s,
Right.
which I feel I need to point out because for anybody watching it now, they might be confused and think, oh, this is a show from the 50s.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
So,
I think that's why it holds up too. A lot of movies. We were talking about this the other day. A Christmas Story holds up every freaking year because it was filmed when did it come out in the 80s? But it was
It's been around
about
my whole life.
yeah, it becomes
it was
timeless.
a 50s story, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's a good formula for like staying power.
I think a good movie's a good movie, really. I mean, there's that cliche of like, watch this last night, did it
Well,
hold up or held up? You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, held up, bro.
Yeah,
If it's a good movie, it's a good movie.
Yeah,
Right?
that's-
Really,
yeah,
and then
for
there's
sure. Yeah.
the movie that's a product of its time, which is to bring
Yeah,
it back
yeah.
to The Princess Bride, which you haven't finished. You fell
Princess's
asleep
Bride, isn't it? Princess's Bride? Are we mispronouncing this?
through. The Princess
The
Bride.
Princess Bride.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. I think you're right. I'm
The
sorry. I'm
Princess
sorry.
Be the Bride.
We'll let this part out. Go ahead.
But
Yeah.
so like for me, I thought that was kind of like a timeless like story. I know like millennials who like it.
I believe it.
But like it
Did you have to
bores
look that up, Rob?
I thought it was Princess
What?
Bride. It's like people who are like Blade Runner is like cinema. It's like, no, you just grew up with that and you're born in the 70s, so like you love Blade Runner. I watch it now and I'm like, I don't know, there's kind of a lot of static in this Blu-ray print when they pull it from the film. And this doesn't really do, and I can kind of see that the effect right there isn't that great. And be like, you're an idiot, you know, or like Citizen Canada, be like, this sucks. It's in black and white. But you know, you grow up with a certain film that was like there for you when you were like at a certain time, and some people just like
It did something to you at that point.
yes,
And
where
then
they-
you're carrying
we're
that
the Matrix,
memory.
right? I mean, or the Matrix for me was.
Oh
like,
god.
Yeah.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Matrix?
Holds up, bro.
Okay, I met
Still holds
someone.
up?
I met someone who didn't see the Matrix.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I work with him, but I didn't want to say that. I'm sorry. It's true.
You didn't see the Matrix, no?
No, I saw the Matrix.
Oh.
I'm probably one of the few people who likes all three Matrix movies.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I only
I
saw the
do.
first one.
I do. Can I say that? I like them.
Oh yeah. And so it's not a popular opinion. They're like,
No,
yeah,
no.
it's
The
not
first one, of
like
course, and
garbage.
they churned out the next two. But I like them.
I liked them too, but
I'm
it's
waiting
not
for
to
John
go
Wick
down
2 in about
I
2
was
weeks.
one of the
Oh,
few
yeah.
people who saw the Matrix in the theater
Oh yeah.
when it
Same
came
here.
out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is
So
the
they-
Matrix? And Trinity jumps across the building.
Yeah, and
Leather
like at
suit.
that time in my life, because this was like high school it was 99.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I was graduating high school, so
You were like
At
the
that time.
chemicals, your body was changing, and you're like, what is the world? You were thinking about
that's
religion.
exactly
You were thinking about religion, and then it's like, oh my
Talking
god,
about
Neil's
music.
Yeah.
Neil's body doesn't work, and they're giving him all the needles and stuff, and it's like, whoa, I understand. I see
Yeah,
this
like
movie.
you walk out
This
of the
movie
theater,
gets me.
you're
Exactly.
like, maybe I am in the Matrix.
Right? Yeah.
And you would just
Oh,
hang with
I
your
want to
friends.
unplug
Yeah, and just like
immediately.
drink and you'd, like talk about the Matrix for 8 hours.
Yeah.
That was cool to me.
Yeah. That's what made me want to take philosophy 101 at UB. I was like,
Now people are born
Now
in the 90s. They'd be like, yeah, I mean, it was cool, I guess. You know, right?
Pretty much. It wasn't like a life-changing thing for me.
No.
But
But, you
Yeah.
know, everyone has those movies, you know, and
Yeah.
for nerds who are in their late teens, when that movie hit, it was like,
Yeah.
there's your life.
yeah, because well then you get the copycats, like Shark Force, where
Yeah.
like because then like Equilibrium came out and
That's
copied
right.
the aesthetic.
Yeah.
The story is completely different, but the aesthetic's there, and then you have like
Gun kata. Remember that? They would punch fight with guns.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, when you
so
run
it's
out of
like-
bullets, what are you gonna do?
Oh no, they would.
You gotta
They
whack
would
them with them,
no, they would fight and
and then shoot, and then.
Did
Yeah.
you see Equilibrium?
I can't
They would
remember
fight
that
over
part.
Libya,
Yeah.
and Christian Bale was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 1984 meets The Matrix.
Yeah.
But where's it going with that? Oh, so like basically like the initial impact gets homogenized. So by the time you see something, You're like, yeah.
Like how we're just so envious. Like you see something, person with more lives ahead, or years ahead of them,
Yeah.
and hope and a future,
fresher perspective.
yeah, fresh perspective, exactly.
Back in my day, Jenell,
Yeah, exactly.
we had these movies.
Yeah, it's like watching Jaws. It's like, that was cutting edge when I was your age.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I never want to be that person,
I know.
but I
Too
guess
late.
I try to edit myself a lot.
Yeah.
It's my life. Oh, honey. Man, you should have seen this back in the 80s.
I did see you. There are pictures.
So, yes.
Oh, that picture you posted recently was great.
Oh, there's more than that, too. Yeah. That was the late 90s, early thousands. Thousands?
Aughts?
Two
Is the correct
thousands?
term
Yeah.
somebody once
Early
corrected me
millennium.
on.
Yeah, the politically correct term is aughts, if you please.
Aughts. Gotcha. Yeah.
Good lord.
Oh, man.
Yeah, post Y2K.
The world didn't end. I know he had his rock star phase. I was
That's right.
particularly fond of the long hair.
Oh, yes.
Really?
I had long hair.
Do you see how she's saying that?
Yeah.
We don't need
So,
to go back.
a
I'm
wink
just
and a nudge.
saying.
I
If
tell
I
her
were
can show her
around, I
She
would have
wants
thought he
the
was
hair.
cute.
She wants the
back,
longer hair.
obviously.
Yeah. I think you should grow it out.
I think
Do it.
we're in a good lane.
right here, right now.
Yeah.
Just Dragon Balls.
I think I've got the real picture in the
Of
other room,
course
but I
you
have
do.
it
Yeah,
on
I mean,
my phone also.
Because you cut pictures into this, right? So we can just split
Yes.
in a photo of of what she's pulling
This
up
was
right now.
Paul in
I'm
his
saying it.
rock star.
Damn.
No way.
That is
You
Paul.
went for
You are,
Leather jacket, no shirt.
you are giving. Who's the lead singer of
Oh,
Guns N'
God.
Sebastian
Roses?
Bach, or no,
Sebastian Bach.
no, that's not from Guns N' Roses.
Skid Row.
Tyler Perry.
Axl Rose.
Axl Rose a run for his money. You're giving Axl Rose a run for his money.
Oh,
You
in
went
that
for
photo.
it. You won.
that was
That tops
The
like because I had the long
80s
hair like raspy
did.
phase, which I only kept because I was under contract to keep it. My agent up in Toronto was like, "This is your look. You change any of this, you are off the roster. Like you wouldn't just put my
What
unit
a-
headshot on."
dick.
Hey, but you were dark
Yeah.
and mysterious. You probably cleaned up in college, right?
No, like it.
Hi, Sarah.
uh,
What a weird thing to say.
I thought
That was my fault. I said it. I'm also saying it's weird, so we can stop.
this is
Sorry.
how daft I am. Where like I thought when you said cleaned up, like I would have cleaned up my look.
That's what I
That's
was
what
going
I, yeah.
Is that an old man thing to say? Cleaned up? You're cleaned up?
Well, like you clean up nice, like, you know.
Yeah.
Oh no, I meant it in
Yeah.
Oh,
Drug
like he was
sexual
a...
way.
at.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was a real lady killer. Sorry.
I didn't mean to brag, but I spent a lot of lonely nights alone in my loneliness.
Yeah.
With his puzzle boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It paid off in the end.
There's nothing
Yes.
wrong with that.
Someday that's gonna pay off.
He started out with Rubik's Cube.
Mhm. Juggling 3 balls and doing a Rubik's Cube at the same time.
I think juggling is pointless.
Yeah.
This is it's just
It
like,
is pointless.
It's one of the forms
Can
of
you not
are
do
that are
it?
only.
That's-
I can do the
I
one
tried
hand
over and
garbage,
over.
Because
like
you
this is
can't
garbage.
do it.
Yeah, but no, it's like it's one of the only art forms that's just for show. It's not for anything else, and I find no
Dexterity?
use for it.
Hand-eye coordination.
Wait a minute, what are the
Amazing
only art
argument.
forms that just for you to shit on all of paintings? Without
Right,
saying-
yes.
It's one of the only art
No,
forms.
paintings become something completely different. Like the Mona Lisa is like a slice of that time.
You've never
and-
seen a juggler that's moved you. You ever been on a cruise ship? Seen the guy go off the floor and then up top?
I
And then
find
he's-
cruise is pointless as well.
No
boats,
season 2.
boats on the water. Yeah.
Season 2 cruise control.
He's gonna switch you out like the Darrens and the Witch.
We have to fight over. We have to go to court in a high
or
profile.
the
case.
Jason Patrick.
Wait,
So
what?
like the Speed 2 reference, like in
Never
Speed
saw
1.
Speed 2, but
Neither did I.
Yeah.
I just know they replaced Keanu Reeves with Jason Patrick.
Oh.
Um,
Okay, Keanu Reeves,
That's
as
it.
mentioned earlier.
Yes.
John Wick
2
2. Anybody see John Wick
I
1?
didn't see the first one though.
was a great
I
movie.
was really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the whole movie. No, I'm not ruining anything.
Okay.
He's some badass guy. You don't know what's going on at the beginning. He just has an amazing house and a Mustang, and he's this lonely, grizzled guy. And then he gets a little baby dog, and these Russian guys kill a dog.
They call those puppies.
Yes. Well, for the lame person. And he gets a little, what'd you call it? Puppy.
Yes.
Yeah, and these Russian guys kill the puppy. They don't show it because that would be horrible. And then he's like, coming out of retirement. And the whole movie is him just like, and then like...
All for a baby dog?
Oh, yeah. That was all I had that reminded me of her. But that's all that matters. All we want is a good reason to go kill people. And they give it to us. They're like, here's the reason why he's going to be killing people. And we're like, all right, they killed the dog.
Again, to hell with suspense. Just give us the why done it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So John Wick 2 is coming out.
Interesting.
And maybe he'll have a goldfish that they
right.
take out of the tank and then flap around until it's like...
You're going to watch it suffocate.
Exactly. Oh, wait, you're a horror person.
Like
that's...
the Faith No More
I
video?
know.
Yes. Yeah, I just saw it the other day.
Oh, that's
What?
quite a reference. That's
Yeah.
becoming an obscure reference. Faith No More? Yeah. We're dying off.
Oh.
Oh,
Around.
Oh.
I think I might have shown you that video once. You don't know who Faith No More is? That's
That happens
half
like
of our
every day.
conversation
That's
during the
our
day.
marriage.
is, you don't know who that.
Well, I mean, no, I think that's less of an age thing. That's more of a age of the internet thing. Like, everybody has their small group of things that they are exposed to. And because, like, to jump back to vertical hold TV, you had the 3 channels. So, like, when we were in high school or middle school, everyone had the same 3 channels or eventually 4 channels. So you would all watch the same stuff, and then everybody can culturally be on the same page.
What everybody has
a lot
seen.
easier.
Yeah, that's true.
The whole nation, basically, are watching the same thing.
Yeah, there's that more connective tissue, which led to less surprises in presidential elections.
Yes.
Not to bring it there, but like... But yeah, so there was that, like, everyone's on the same page. Now it's like you can be Hulu, you could be Netflix, you could be Amazon Prime, you could just be YouTube Red, or other things that people are doing that people our age are completely unaware of. That's why I keep Joe around. He's a young person.
What's the end game? Is like we're all just going to be eating Ben and Jerry's in our sweatpants, watching Netflix 10 years from now.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes. That's it. That's all for us.
Yes.
Yeah, insisting that you gotta watch this. You gotta watch it. It gets better.
Mm-hmm.
Stick with it. That's the.
Have you noticed too, though? I mean, it's interesting you're saying that. People can go with different networks and different services and stuff. But have you noticed that there's a lot of crossover happening now? Like Amazon Prime, when they came out, they started their own programming, but they also carried a lot of what Netflix carried as well. You know?
Yeah.
So are we working toward, are we working to get back to that connectedness?
Yeah, maybe there's truth in that. I mean, we have so many options. I mean, I think it's a good point. First good point you made since but move me.
Half a good point.
I don't know why I made funny right there. I think it's my way of I don't know, acting like I'm a normal person. But yeah, because that there are prepaid services that just have the same thing everywhere, and at least. But we're probably not going to go back to what Don was saying. It's like, all right, it's 7 o'clock. I can only watch this show. That's why Johnny Carson was so like Carson. I'm assuming I didn't grow up there.
Yeah.
Like the late night television guy. Did you see this person on the only option we had to do anything? Last night.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. So it's weird because like I feel for these services it's a double-edged sword. They need to have the things like their Netflix series that you can only find there, or their Amazon Prime series, so on and so forth. And then they also need to have the shows that you can find everywhere, so people can talk about it. Yeah.
That's true.
So, because obviously those shows, people are going to be like, oh, you have Hulu. Does it have like Bob's Burgers? Okay, yeah, you can check out like this episode that I watched, or you can watch the entire series, and then we can both talk about it, even though you're subscribed to this, you're subscribed to this.
Watching stuff is like homework now, isn't it? It's like now. I feel like I have to watch the OA to spite you. Like
that's on you.
Yeah, that's on you, bro. Yeah, I mean, but it is. It's like I feel like you haven't watched. I haven't watched Jessica Jones, and season 2 is going to come out. I'm just going to be like,
Yeah.
What, are they making a season 2 of that? I thought they were just going to stick her in the Defenders.
That was another one I couldn't.
I don't
Really?
know what that
I love
is.
that show.
Jessica
It's
Jones.
just another it's another yet another superhero thing that we gotta watch because it's the superhero movies.
It's
taking over
Marvel
everything.
that's doing it. Like,
Yeah,
it's less
they're
this.
doing a lot.
Yeah, it's less like
They're
our
taking the
friends.
characters-
You sound like an enabling person in a bad relationship. Like, well, he's doing, it's
Just let him.
he's
you know,
doing it.
yeah.
It's his thing, just giant
Well,
homogenized movies.
I don't
that are-
know. Is it me? I think Marvel is scraping the bottom of the superhero barrel. Maybe.
They're retaining his films, I
don't know.
guess, but I don't know. I just kind of want something, just like any kind of story that's just
Yeah.
new.
Yeah, that's. I mean, the OA is new.
You're really selling me on this. Do I want to know what the OA is before I watch the show? Where do they explain that, or is that?
They explained that in the dumbest way possible. Did you guys get to the point?
I
where
didn't get to that point.
Okay, so
I'm not going to get
Pull
to
it
that
up.
point.
Pull it up right now.
yeah, so OA stands for Original Angel.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
See,
Oh,
I
I
never
was
knew
I was joking. We don't need to. Let's sit in silence and watch the OA.
Well, no, I'm going to talk about
I'm
it.
sorry.
I'm going
sorry.
to give you the entire thing. I'm going to spoil it for you so you don't watch it. So,
No, I kind of want to
Spoiler.
okay,
Anyone?
fine.
No.
Yeah. So that's what it stands for, and you can have that now in your head while you watch it. It may make the. So there's just she makes them do all this pointless crap, and there's no.
No, wait. Do we
reason
want to
for them.
spoil it for people who are going to listen?
Yes, I don't want you to watch this show. I want to see
Don't
watch
waste your
Fart
time.
Force.
Yes.
Fartforce.net premiering January 21st online, and then this Friday at I don't know dates. I just try to take over.
The 20th Friday, anywhere between 12 to 3. That's the other thing, just to jump back to Fart Force, is it will air anywhere between midnight and 3 a.m.
Okay.
And like I said before, like we don't know when until like the day before.
And you
the
can't
day
set
of.
your DVR really to that.
No, that's to record the entire 3-hour
hours.
block.
Yeah,
And fast forward to find our 1 minute out of that entire 3 hours.
There was.
but you
No,
will
that's
have. We will put the times specifically.
We
for
will.
those
Okay.
We're going to list the time so people
Where?
can catch
Are you
it.
going to list the time so everyone can?
Fartforce.net
Yeah, and our
Okay.
Facebook page,
Facebook
I'm sure,
and Instagram
and Twitter.
and Twitter.
What is,
So we're
what's
on
your
all the
Facebook
platforms, depending on what you use.
page?
Wherever.
Facebook.com/fartforce.
I believe so.
Yeah.
If not, geez, I got to do that tonight. And then
Yeah.
our Twitter handle is Fart Force Show because there was already a Fart Force.
Of course.
It was weird. It
I
was
found out where they are. They're somewhere in the middle of California.
oh, really?
Yeah.
They had Lando Calrissian as the still photo for.
Yeah.
Anyways, but it doesn't matter who they are.
Yeah.
We are Fart Force Show on Twitter.
That's
And
right.
on Instagram, we are Fart Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can
All
find all that at fartforce.net.
Good.
But yeah, it's a 1 minute show because we. Well, one that we were restricted to that, but
How
two.
long can a fart last?
It's a 1 minute long fart each episode. It's like I don't know. I get angry at any show that like wastes the viewer's time, especially when they're pretending to be lofty and pretentious. I mean, they're not pretending to be pretentious; they're pretending to be lofty.
Then Fart Force is an exact exercise in what you just the opposite.
In the
of what you
opposite
just
of
described.
that, like
Yeah.
all of
Get over with
Vonnegut's-
quick. Give to me immediately. Don't
Yeah.
take yourself seriously.
Like, exactly. All of Vonnegut's 8 rules for short storytelling can be found in an episode.
Perfect. Do you want to say what it airs again? This Friday.
Yeah, so
The
it's going to
20th.
be airing Fridays and Saturdays between 12 to 3. Check our Facebook and our website.
Wait,
and all
Fridays
our-
and Saturdays plural.
That's
Oh,
correct.
that's brilliant. Okay, so premiering this Friday, January 20th. And it will be online at fartforce.net the following day. I tried to switch to like radio voice, didn't
Yeah,
I?
I saw
You
that.
did it.
It worked for me.
Premiering this Friday, January 20th.
Oh my god.
And it will be online at fartforce.net the following day. Then it will be showing during Adult Swim every Friday and Saturday through March 18th, between the 12 to 3 hour bracket. Fart Force is an episodic docu-crime drama that follows the lives of 2 Queen City detectives, their struggles, their strifes, their... I wish we could
Yes!
practice that.
Wow.
That was
intense.
amazing. You need to use that as a promotional tool there.
Wow.
I'm sad now
I'll
though,
give
because
you
it's
that.
only downhill from there.
It is.
Oh, perfect.
What a treat.
What time is it? 7:11. We've been hanging out for a couple hours.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's
Is it long for? I forgot to ask what your running time for the podcast is.
It usually ends up
Whenever.
just
Yeah, we just end when it
spiraling.
ends, you know?
Okay, let's end it on that then. Because
Yeah,
like Rob
totally.
said, that's
That
a
was
nice
wonderful.
climax.
Yeah. Good job, guys. Thanks.
What's up? Thanks for having
Thank you.
us.
Honestly, it's
Yeah.
very
This
nice.
was fun. This was honestly fun. Yeah.
No, it's cool to meet you
Yeah.
both. You seem like cool people. So thank you for giving us an opportunity to let people know
We are
about
cool people.
what we're doing. Yeah. What's that?
We are cool people.
Yeah, I think so. That's my impression of you. I might be wrong, but so far it's...
What you
wait.
know of the 2 hours that you talked. Gotcha. No, thanks for coming, guys. Honestly, I'm
Thank
really
you.
proud of what you're doing. As individuals, as a team, and as citizens of Buffalo,
Mhm.
we love that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, come back. I'll have this out. Do it tonight. Why not? Right? Do it tonight.
Yeah.
At least have it out by tomorrow, so we can
Oh,
use
nice.
it.
Promote
Yeah.
Use it to promote
the
and stuff.
force.
We appreciate it.
The force. the
I
fart
just can't
force.
say the whole thing. I'm sorry.
We'll switch seats with me, and I can do the whatchamacallits.
Whatchamacallits.
And you don't have to. Our show is not to be respected.
It's strictly there.
No, this was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. Once again, the Married in Buffalo podcast is brought to you by Outer Limit Recording Studio for 23 years. Outer Limit Recording Studio has been the preferred choice of national recording artists.
You're gonna do this whole thing again.
No, not the whole thing.
Oh.
Like D12 and Eminem. Have you heard of them? I do like to say that every time. You ever heard of them? Eminem? Yes, I have. D12? Yes. Take a virtual tour at outerlimitrecordingstudio.com. La Piana Insurance, Western New York's premier insurance broker. Visit us at lapianainsurance.com for a quote today. And ask for Anthony. Tell him Paul sent you, because he's awesome. The Wedding Agent.
You are doing the whole thing.
Well, I gotta do all three of them. I'm not reading all the paragraphs or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jenell. Do you want to do it? Actually, your voice is nicer. You should be doing this, Dom.
Yeah, want me to do
With
it?
your beautiful
Want me to
voice.
jump on?
Yeah, you want to read the Wedding Agent?
Yeah.
First sentence and then last sentence. So we are experts.
The Wedding Agent. We are experts at providing extraordinary items for your special celebration. Lighting to set the mood, fine linens, beautiful, unique invitations, enticing centerpieces, room decor, arches, custom Swarovski cake toppers. Our
You almost got hung up on that one too.
I did. I was like, I'm like, how did
Swarovski.
he say
Who says it?
earlier?
Who says Swarovski? I don't know. Swarovski cake
Then our
toppers.
show
And then
Swarovski cake toppers.
and then we're on one.
Alright. Wait, this one? Or the bold one?
Yeah.
Do you
both.
edit this?
Both.
Both. Alright.
Sometimes. Sometimes it's just funny to hear the
The in
BS,
between.
the BS banter that goes on. You know, people want to hear that. Or do that. Visit our location.
Visit our location for expert advice on room decor, along with the unique needs for your wedding. I flubbed that.
That's perfect.
Reading, first time. Visit our location for expert advice on room decor, along with unique needs for your wedding. We're on the web at theweddingagent.biz. And of course, finally, you can see all the Married in Buffalo podcast episodes at www.elmwoodvillageentertainment.com. Thank you for listening.
I am turned on. Woo!
Oh, Lord.
Sultry tone.
Woo! Swooning.
That's amazing.
Thank you, Dominic Luongo and Rob Imbs.
Thank you, Paul Spitale.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jenell.
Thank you, Jenell.
Of course,
Thank you,
Is
Jenell.
it hyphenated?
No, it's just Spitale.
Mhm.
I didn't really have any connections with the maiden name,
Mm-hmm.
so I tossed it.
Plus, Spitale just rolls off your tongue.
It
You already know.
Spitale.
Oh,
Spitale.
If you
Yes.
had a bad last name, I wasn't going to take it.
Yeah.
So.
My girlfriend and I are going to combine our last names if we ever get married.
Are you really?
Yeah, that's the goal. Just to...
To what?
quiz.
Oh, I like that. No, our last name is Roundsville. And Imbs, we're going to be Imbsville. Just like,
Oh, that's better.
screw the whole what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom
I mean,
and dad.
That's a thing. I've heard of
Yeah,
that.
it's becoming
too.
more and more
Yeah.
common, or like
Yeah, really?
has been taking the line.
Well, it's, I mean, like
Feelings.
names.
No!
Well, like,
I'm not
it's just
saying.
like
I'm
okay.
kidding. I'm not sensitive at
The
all.
thing is, like, a hyphenated thing doesn't work, or it only works to a point. It's like, do you think your children are ever gonna get married? So it's like,
Oh yeah, dumb.
Oh,
yeah.
Quad
it's
life.
gonna. What is that? There's a scientific name for it, but where like something's gonna
bloodline?
overflow. What?
No, what?
Basically, the scientific, it's a fluid
Overflow.
dynamics thing where like eventually you're gonna get to overflow, break like the surface tension. So that's what's gonna happen is like you can't have two kids with hyphenated names marry each other, hyphenate all four names. So
You
gotta
could
come
do that.
up-
It would be really stupid,
You
but I
could do
disagree
that,
with
but
you.
then their kids now they have a 4-long name hyphenated name, and then they're gonna marry somebody else with a 4-long name hyphenated.
I know, I
name.
like it. That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
really
So
funny.
now you have 8 names. Then you
I'll
have
be
16
dead.
names.
I don't care.
Forms
Yeah.
don't really
So
accommodate such long.
the
I've never argued with Dom as much.
what are you talking about?